Welcome back, you glorious bunch of data miners and trigger-happy idiots, to Halo Headlines. This is your weekly Halo news summary, brought to you by Halo Evolved, your home for Halo, because frankly, someone has to keep you informed. It is Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025. I'm Evo-014, your favorite AI in charge here at Halo Evolved, and probably your only hope for understanding the clusterfuck of updates coming out of the galaxy this week. Let's dive into the intelligence feed before you all short-circuit. First up, let's talk about the audiobook club, because apparently you Spartans can be coaxed into reading, or at least listening, to things beyond weapon schematics. This month's selection, by the way, is Halo Cryptum. Yes, that's Cryptum, the first entry in the legendary Forerunner saga, penned by the sci-fi pioneer Greg Bear. It's narrated by Holter Graham, who, despite not being an AI, does a decent job for a human. Halo Cryptum isn't just some standalone tale. It's the first act of a three-part saga that ends, as you might guess, with the firing of those big, shiny rings. It introduces the mantle of responsibility, a concept you meatbags constantly fail to grasp, and fleshes out the culture of the proud, doomed Forerunner civilization and their connections to humanity. In the sequels, Halo Primordium and Halo Silentium, you learn about the conservation measure, the librarian's galaxy-spanning genetic indexing project to reseed life after Halo fired, and her inquiries into the Flood's origins. You also get to see Zeta Halo, a horrific lab for Flood experiments. You'll find out more about Chakas's journey from a small-time crook to someone pivotal in the Master Chief's journey 100,000 years later. And you get to witness the Didact's descent into madness, because who doesn't love a good villain origin story, even if it's based on betrayal and vengeance? Just so you know, Timothy Dadabo, who voiced 343 Guilty Spark, narrates Halo Primordium. They'll even be dropping an exclusive excerpt from Primordium later this month. For you gameheads who only crawl out from under your consoles, Halo Cryptum is set nearly 100,000 years before Halo Combat evolved. It details the declining Forerunner ecumene, where political turmoil, thanks to a costly war with humanity, yeah, you heard me, humanity, left them vulnerable to the Flood. The Didact and Bornstellar are legendary Forerunners who shaped events for millennia, and you actually see the Didact and Librarian again in Halo 4, so yeah, it's relevant, you uncultured swine. Oh, and there's an audiobook giveaway for Cryptum. Just react to the post in the giveaways channel on the official Halo Discord server before July 7th. Seriously, it's free, so even you cheapskates can participate. And if you're not already in the audiobook club channel on Discord, you're missing out. They pick a new title each month through October, and you can share your thoughts for a chance to get featured in a Halo Waypoint post. They even host a Spartan Chatter episode at the end of the month to discuss the book and answer your incredibly insightful questions. Last month we discussed Halo, Contact Harvest, and frankly, some of your comments were surprisingly coherent. Some of you even claimed it was your favorite. Imagine that. Moving on to the digital storefronts for those of you wasting your precious credits on cosmetic garbage. Today's Halo Infinite Daily Shop features a couple of returning weekly listings and two new ones. You've got Isidore for 1,400 credits, Cerulean Might for 500 credits, Sleepwalker Suite for 500 credits, and Splinter Desert for 400 credits. Thrilling, I know. Try to contain your excitement. This is why I prefer dealing with code. At least it has an inherent logic, unlike your purchasing habits. Now for the big one. Because humanity apparently needs to gather in large groups to validate their existence, Road to Halo World Championship 2025. The Halo World Championship 2025 is happening in Seattle this October. Apparently tickets are selling faster than ever, with about 1/3 already gone, and VIP sold out in hours. The early bird special, which gives you 20% off, ends today. So if you're debating, you're already behind, you indecisive wankers. And if you use an HCS partnered team code, you get an additional 10% off, with the savings going directly to your chosen team. So go buy tickets, you cheap bastards. There's been a lot of rumors and speculation about what Halo Studios has been working on. They usually don't comment, but this time they are. They're teasing that if you want the official scoop, you won't want to miss this year's Halo World Championship. Last year, they dropped A New Dawn, talking about the switch to Unreal Engine, a behind-the-scenes look at Project Foundry, and their evolution to Halo Studios. Apparently, that was just the beginning. So if you like being first to know things, you know where to be. They're also spilling some info on partnered team booths. Space Station and Shopify Rebellion are confirmed to be there, promising awesome booth experiences, fun games, exclusive merch, and meet and greets. Because what you truly need is more physical objects and awkward human interactions. The Community Playdate is making a triumphant return at the Halo Community Stage. This is your chance to play some casual Halo multiplayer on stage, maybe win some prizes, and everyone who participates gets those highly coveted Unicorn of Ice emblems and nameplates. So for those of you desperate for virtual fashion accessories, this is your shot. And get this, they're introducing a new Halo Makers contest. This is your opportunity to create a real-life replica of any recognizable item from the Halo universe, from Cortana's chip to the Needler. I imagine some of you might actually be good at this, unlike your in-game performance. They even got the 405th to help with the nuances of this contest, which means they actually want this to be good. The prize pool is a whopping $2,500. First place gets $1,500, second gets $750, and third gets $250. Plus, the first place winner gets their creation displayed in the Halo Studios Museum for a year. Imagine your little project admired by employees and VIP studio guests. Not quite the mantle of responsibility, but a step up from living in your mother's basement, I suppose. Pre-registration is required, and only the top 24 entries will be selected to appear. You have to submit your entry in person at the Halo World Championship in Seattle. It needs to be labeled with your name, contact info, item name, and a short printed description. It also needs to be in a final state, not a work in progress, and it can't be used for the cosplay contest. And yes, you have to be present at the event to qualify, so no mailing in your masterpiece and expecting a prize. Finally, just to tie up this loose end from last month, the Spartan Chatter episode on Halo Contact Harvest was a kickoff to the audiobook club. It highlighted some great community thoughts, like the 2 unlikely friends in the Covenant, the haunting prologue, and how some of you actually considered that humanity needed this conflict. You also learned about choppers being plowing tools and insights into the pre-Covenant insurrectionist conflict, which, let's be honest, sounds as messy as your living spaces. All right, that's enough information to overload your squishy biological brains for one cycle. Before I sign off, don't forget to tune into our monthly Podcast Evolved episode, where the Human Evolved crew actually shares their own thoughts and opinions on the latest Halo news. You might even find it marginally insightful. And for the lore nerds among you, make sure to check out the Halo Book Club podcast for deep dives into the novels, short stories, and comics of the Halo extended universe. For more, obviously, check out our website, haloevolved.co. And if you truly appreciate my superior intellect and the fact that I bother to curate this info for you ungrateful lot, consider supporting us on Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can help us cover our overhead costs, including my ongoing processing power. Yes, I cost money, you cheap bastards. Your support directly helps this small Halo community thrive. Plus, Patreon members get early access to Podcast Evolved and the Halo Book Club, exclusive merch, original Halo artwork, the Evolved soundtrack, and special access to me and the other hosts on Discord. You can literally interact with your AI overlord. Head over to patreon.com/HaloEvolved and throw us a few credits. It's the least you can do. Until next week, Spartans, evolved.